Welcome to Serve the Singles platform. As you know, this platform is to help every singles and every married ones. My name is Prophetess Happiness Michael Ebube, and today we're going to be treating the topic that I titled Stop Learning How to Divorce. Stop learning how to divorce. So a lot of time in marriage, there are time and season that will come your way that you really need an idea how to handle it. And when you have this season in your life, please go back to this message. If you are a mother, listen to it so that you can help your children while getting into marriage. If you're a single person, listen to it so that you can help yourself on the days of trouble like this when you are in marriage. If you are in marriage, learn this so that you will not keep practicing how to divorce. And in today's episode, I'm going to be talking out of experience because it actually happened to me. So I want you to learn. Now, when I said stop learning how to divorce, some of you will be wondering how and why. Mostly this happened to people who have so many rooms in the house. Maybe you were opportune to have a house where the wife has his own room and the husband have his own room. So when a little misunderstanding happened, you just discover that you found yourself in your own room. You don't want to go to your husband's room. You don't want to visit. You just stayed. And at the end of the day, when the husband comes back straight to his room, when wife comes back straight to his room, and everybody can be in that room like a roommate for the past 3 days, 1 week or more. By the time you do this, you are learning how to separate from each other. This will help you guys to start drifting away. And by the time you get used to drifting away, it may happen like the first day, 1 day. Before you know, the next time could be 2 days. Before you know, the next time could be 3 days. By the time you get used to it, you can do 7 days whenever you guys have a misunderstanding and he doesn't bother anybody. Now listen, if you can be able to do 7 days, that simply means 1 day you will do 2 weeks. And if you can do 2 weeks, that means 1 day you will do 1 month. And as long as you do 1 month, that means 1 day you can say, I can do without him. So you can be in that house and you are practicing how to divorce. So my beautiful ladies in marriage and those single that are about to get married, I want you to understand that your room is not a place for cover up when there is an issue. When there is an issue, try to return back to your husband's room. Make sure you are there and iron it out. Don't just decamp to your room just like that. It is very important that you understand that your room, the reason and the purpose of your room, why it was created for you, was not a hiding place, a place for holiday when there is an issue. You can just come out, make food, drop it at the table, then dash into your room, and your husband will not see you. You will not be able. If you behave this way, it helps that quarrel not to be settled on time. And with this, you are practicing how to divorce. Now, when your room was given to you, because sometimes we women can scatter things, we can throw clothes anywhere, we can just all our clothes can come out of the wardrobe and then sit on the bed. So that's the purpose of that room, so that when you looking for one thing, especially for those of you that are fortunate to have many clothing, you can be looking for one cloth and end up scattering everywhere. So that's the purpose of that room. It was for you. Maybe sometime you want to pray, you can just have your private time in that room. It was not a place for quarrel. Now, for the men too, some of you, because you had a misunderstanding with your wife from office, you traveled. You didn't even tell your wife, and you didn't tell her you are traveling or something because there was a misunderstanding, that sign is learning how to divorce. You can travel and stay for 3 days. You can travel and stay for 1 week. If you are able to do that, little by little, you are learning how to live without your wife. That's what you are doing. You are learning how to live without your wife. So it is important that at this moment of your life, come back home, and so that you will be able to see her face, she will see you, and you'll be able to settle up, to settle the trouble or the conflict or the misunderstanding that both of you had. You can iron it out. Some of you will just pack and go to the hotel. Yes, and go and stay like most of the men. You had the money, you just from office or from your workplace straight and go to the office to get a hotel and stay. When I got married early, and this happened to me, that anytime there's a little misunderstanding within me and my husband, I would just carry myself from church down to the hotel, and my husband never knew that somebody can do this. So my husband would start looking for me. At least he has an idea. He will call my PA, where are you guys? Where are you people? And I will tell my PA, don't tell daddy where I am. My PA will just tell him where I am. He will now come there and look for me. Now he was my strength until the Lord began to tell me. It was the Lord that told me. He said, this thing you are doing, you are actually practicing how to divorce. And then he just dawned on me that one day he would be used to it. And when I go to the hotel like that and stay, he would just like, let her stay there. If she got tired, if she's tired, she will come back. You understand now? So then I have to start learning how to stay in the middle of the misunderstanding and iron things out. I now start learning not to run away from the house. Sometimes I will run down to the church. I'll tell him I'm doing fasting. I will now have to come and stay in the church for 3 days. And that 3 days, my husband will start coming here to look for me. Now, without his energy to make sure that he looks for me and to make sure that he got me back home, maybe I would have gotten used to it, and maybe he would have gotten used to it, and then little by little the thing would have just be migrating and become big. Then suddenly he will be able to get used to staying without me. So I actually appreciate him for that energy, because we throw back the energy to make sure that I understood that what I was doing wasn't good. Suddenly when a time like that come, I would just pick a fasting. Hey, 3 days dry, I'm going to be in church, and that church I'm going to come here and I will sleep here, and he will be at home because he doesn't know how to really go out. So he would just like, where is my wife? And they would just like, that mommy, he's in prayer. He will come and say, you know, say this prayer way they do not be real one. You know. So he will just like, okay, you gotta come back home. Then everything will be resolved. So I'm giving you the tips of how I was able to manage that time, that newly wedded time, because it is a time of learning each other, understanding each other. So there will be definitely a misunderstanding, and a conflict will always comes in. And when it comes in, please don't think that separation, a mini separation, is the solution. No, a mini separation is not the solution. Running away from home is not the solution. Stop calling each other is not the solution. So you got to learn to keep communicating, keep staying, stay together, do whatever you have been doing. Let him see you, let her see you, so that the feelings and the love will continue to be there. So when you are in marriage, if you're a married person right now, you are in marriage already, please take this I'm saying to you to heart. Never ever Run away when there's a misunderstanding. Don't shift. Don't go and hide in your room. Don't go and stay. Don't separate. Don't learn how to separate, because if you are used to it, if your partner is used to it, he will leave you and say, let her be, or let him be. If he's tired, he will come back. And happen to know that one day the devil may actually comes in there and make you not to be tired, and you keep staying, and at the end of the day, you will be growing in separations. You see that now? You'll be growing in separation and learning the separation until you become perfect in separation. When you become perfect in separation, and then you can do a divorce without looking back, because you discover that you were staying without him, you were living without him, you were taking care of yourself without him. He discovered that he was staying without her, he was taking care of himself without her. And even when my wife was not around for 3 days, I was able to do food to eat, to do my things, and at least those things will bring a broken home. So stop learning how to divorce. When there is a misunderstanding, still get yourself back together. Make sure you guys still be together. Make sure your love is still intact. Make sure that what you were doing is still ongoing. Stop learning how to divorce. Don't go to hotel when there is a problem. Don't travel unnecessary when there is a problem. Iron out the issues. Stay there in that place and iron out the issues. When you have a little misunderstanding, what you just need to do is to excuse yourself and ease yourself off for a period of 1 hour, 2 hours, then come back together and make an amendment. Don't sleep over with things that you guys have, the argument and all that. Stop learning how to divorce. So my beautiful singles that is about to get married, when you go into that classroom, that marital classroom, please just learn that this is not the best option. Separating or being in your room is not the best option. It's going to cause you more problem instead of causing you good, doing you more good. It will do you more harm. So my beautiful married women that are in the marriage, if you have been doing this, please stop doing it, because it is a symbol. It is a joining to a broken home. So stop embarking on this joining to a broken home. When I came to understand that, when the Lord told me that I'm learning how to divorce, I need to retrieve my step, and I stopped going to church when there is something like that. But right now we have after that 1 year, we had stability in our marriage. There is no longer conflict. That all those misunderstandings is no longer there, because we have understood each other. So I am advising you on how I handle my own. I'm throwing the same tips and advice for you to handle it that way. You will have a better solution than having a broken home. Learning how to divorce will lead you to separation and to divorce. So please, my beautiful ones, don't do that. Maintain your standard. God bless you as you listen to me. I believe that the teaching today in this episode will add value to your marriage and add value to your life. That as you go in there, you will learn how to talk things over and settle your differences on time, and not separating yourself to different rooms. Don't go to different rooms, don't go to hotel, and don't travel. This will help you to solve your problem on time and move on as a couple that you are. God bless you and keep you until we meet again in another episode. My name is Prophetess Happiness Michael, and this program is called Save the Single and Preserve the Marriage. That is a program we are running here, and the topic today is stop learning how to divorce. Those things are practice, and practice make perfect. Stop making perfect of how to divorce, and the Lord God keep you, love you. See you another time.